Off to the Crucible now here on BBC Two. Jason Mohammed brings us up to date with all the action from day 5 of the Snooker World Championships.
Hello, a very good evening to you and welcome back to the Crucible Theatre on day 5 of the 2018 Bedford World Snooker Championship. 3 former world champions in action today, so let's start with one of them. The 2-time champ from Wales, Mark Williams, was 7-2 up after the first session against the English qualifier Jimmy Robertson. And this is what happened early this morning.
Will Mark Williams make a short morning of it, or will Jimmy Robertson make a dramatic comeback?
Stunning pot from Jimmy. Oh, very good.
It's been a fantastic start for Jimmy Robertson this morning. He's won the first couple of frames. He's cut the deficit.
It's now 7-4. So for the first century this morning. It's there, nicely played.
So black for 140.
And the highest break of the tournament so far. It's now Mark Williams 8, Jimmy Robertson 4.
It could not have worked out better. This will be the 26th century of this year's Betfred World Championship. He's won from victory and leads 9-4. Oh, that's a brilliant pot.
Jimmy Robertson says congratulations to Mark Williams. He's the victor over Jimmy Robertson by 10 frames to 5.
It sounds convincing, 10-5, but you know he's only a couple of shots Euro there from winning another 2, and then 9-7. You never know, but yeah, I'm happy with the way I played. You know, I loved it, loved every minute of it. I wasn't nervous, the butterflies wasn't going, nothing like that. I just went out there and you know I just said to myself, whatever happens, if I win, lose 10-0, I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it because you don't know how many times you're going to come back here, and you know if you can enjoy going out there, you probably are going to play okay.
So, well done, Williams. He's through, but the 2010 world champion Neil Robertson has been dumped out by Robert Milkins. He led 6-3 overnight and stayed in front all afternoon, sealing a famous 10-5 victory over the Australian.
Robert Milkins, 23, frames on the mat.
So another big name tumbles out of this year's World Championship. Milkins beat Robertson at the first round stage in 2013 and did it again today on day 5 of this year's tournament. Robertson looking very nervy all afternoon.
I am delighted, especially the way I started off the first session. I put quite a bit of pressure on Neil. Played quite fluent, scored quite heavy, which I haven't been doing recently. My safety's always been pretty decent anyway, so yeah, everything come together the first session, and even though he come back at me today, there was a lot of damage done, I think, the first session.
Yes, the Gloucester Potter played very well indeed. OK, let's turn our attention to another former world champion. 4-time winner John Higgins was taking on Thailand's Thepchaya Un-Nooh, who was making his Crucible debut. Well, Higgins led 6-3 after the morning session. Let's show you what happens in frame 10. Thepchaya at the table. Your commentary team, John Parrott and Peter Ebden.
That's what the sports psychiatrist or psychologist say, though, isn't it? Can't get ahead of yourself. You know, the only thing you can control is the next shot you're playing and the next match you're in. So you've got to put that to the back of your mind and let the tournament unfold as it does. I've had some wonderful draws, Peter, while I'm up the M6.
Eight. Nine.
I said in commentary earlier today, John, that I just hope that Tepchaya can step up and start playing the way we know he's capable of playing, because he's such a talented player.
And he can score very quickly, and of course, like a lot of the left-handers, Peter, look really
14.
good. I don't know what it is about left-handed players. They look classy. Jimmy White being the classic example of that. Well, he must be on something. He's just having a little look to see. Exactly, he can be on the outside of whether those two that's near the tip of his cue, so he's got that. He's just checking to see what angle he'd need to leave on the black to move that red off the spot, which is the problem.
I think that is absolutely true, John. You see left-handers in all sports, and snooker as well, whereby they seem to be very naturally gifted, very
15.
creative, and maybe it's got something to do with the fact that left-handed people use the right-hand side of their brain, which is the creativity side of their brain.
Well, he was certainly creative there, because that was really well thought out. Left the cue ball exactly where he wanted, played the screw cannon,
22.
opened up the black spot. Very well played.
23.
And just needs to keep his concentration up. In the matches that I've seen Tepchaya play, it's not a question of his talents. He's got bucket loads of that. It's just occasionally he misses the odd one he shouldn't. Just sometimes through a lack of concentration, but he's
30.
got plenty of talent. He's also quite flexible.
31.
If you ever tried that position, Peter, I'd be in traction.
He just looks so natural, doesn't he, when he's in amongst the balls? Such a gifted player.
38.
Yeah, and they always seem to score quickly, don't they? The scoreboard changes. You know, already break up to 38. And decided that the
39.
is the ball to play for there. Nice little series of stuns and screws this has been. The cannon a few shots ago was beautiful, the way he potted the black and opened up the spot. That's what's made this break.
43. 44. 51. 52.
So far, so good. And you can't hit it much better than this. Very fluent, very natural, very gifted.
59.
Also has the distinction of missing a couple of
60.
blacks, doesn't he, Peter, for maximums on the final black. He's done it twice.
He did, but at least he made one after that, John. Well, I've got a correction to make from earlier this afternoon. I mentioned that Tepchaya practices at the Star Academy
67.
in Sheffield. Well, that's where he used to practice, and I received a text message early on from
68.
fellow professional Mike Dunn, who's had his best season ever, so well done, Mike. And he says that Tepchaya is now resident at the Q House Academy in Darlington.
75.
So that's you told then.
76.
How quickly has he made this? It's a beautiful break.
83. 84.
He's going to need that red that's on or close to the right hand side cushion to make a
91.
century. Break time's just coming up to 6 minutes.
92.
So, stun up to try and get a ton up. Break on 99, just drop this in for the century. Is it there? It is. Well played. Oh, what a shot. Fantastic.
107. 109. 112.
Well, this is a way to win the first frame in style. We told you he was good. This has been wonderful. Great cue ball control. It's hardly moved. And all done with the minimum of fuss. He's a player, this boy. Can't believe he missed that.
121.
A break of 121 from Un-Nooh. That's how you win the first frame of the evening session. And he reduces the arrears to 4 frames to 6.
Amazing considering it's his Crucible debut too. Into the next frame. Tepchaya to play. No score.
So that pot was on and it was straight in the middle of the pocket. Excellent. He's just come a little bit too far for the blue. It's a thin clip. And he's pretty straight on the green, which isn't nice. So it will be the blue, but needs a little bit of luck here. Unless he can drop on something. Well, it looks like the red that's in the cluster, 2 below the pink, is potable.
6.
Well, the other one is as well, so good shot. Yeah, and he's got a plant as well, which is just below there.
Seven.
Don't know whether he's quite far enough there. Might have a little bit of angle. He's just struggling with the cue ball at the moment, to be exact. Now, if that pink pots, he may choose the plant to hold for the pink.
$13. $19.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot.
20.
All he had there was to power into that red, and for it to finish where he did, well, perfect.
Got some action on the cue ball there, John, didn't he?
Just a bit, but he hit it so effortlessly.
25.
The work was still on the cue ball, even after it contacted the other red. Really nicely played. And he started
26.
this evening like a steam train. This was far from an easy chance when he came to the table, but He's manoeuvred the cue ball really well.
31.
May just have liked to have been a touch shorter on this red. Oh, everything's working.
32.
What a lovely little touch that was. Could have played up for blue there, but played a little feather cannon into the pink. Terrific stuff.
And the signs are, John, that he's a lot happier with his game this evening, because there's no
38.
way he would have played that delicate cannon this afternoon. His cue ball was just nowhere near. So very encouraging signs for Tepchaya.
Just got to be careful with this one. Lots of reds and you can cannon into here, and he nearly missed that red.
39.
Thinking about avoiding the cannon. Not perfect on this pink. Pretty acute into the middle pocket, so warrants a bit of respect.
Tepchaya Un-Nooh 39.
Well, I could see a few things happening, but not that he left it right in the jaws. Oh, it needed a quarter of a roll.
One.
So 39-point lead. What can John Higgins make of this chance?
Seven. Eight. $14. 15.
Took the opportunity there to flick that red away, but I think in the back of his mind he knew he was going to have a tricky black after it. It wasn't ideal for the cannon where he finished. So this is a tough shot into a blind pocket. Good shot, well played. As he's done on numerous occasions over the years, as the great champion that he is, can he steal a frame? He didn't look like winning. That's the key to winning these great championships. It's not the frames you should
23.
win, it's the frames you shouldn't. Remarkable sort of turnaround in John's form as well. A couple of seasons
30.
ago, I have to be honest, it looked like his long game was struggling and he himself was a bit low on confidence, and you're thinking, oh, maybe we've seen the best of him, but well, he soon turned that round. Still winning tournaments, still as hard to beat as ever. And if you play the right shot every time you go to the table and you play it to the best possible standard, you're a match for anybody.
I mentioned in commentary earlier this morning, John, that in my opinion, one of the reasons why John Higgins didn't get out of second gear today is because he was getting 3, 4, 5 chances of frame. And Tepchaya was really posing no real danger to him That's changed this evening. That's a beautiful shot. Well played. So John Higgins now knows that the danger, the threat
38.
from Tepchai Un-Nooh is real. And he's responding tremendously here. And he really is going through the gears.
39.
This is the John Higgins we know. Still a bit of work to do, but you wouldn't put it past him to clear up here, John, would you?
Well, if you give me free money, I know which way I'd bet.
45. 46.
Got some Hungarian foreign on me, John.
So you would think that this is the key ball to the frame.
53.
Far from gimmies, these on the top cushion. Actually, sometimes a little bit more tricky just off. But not for John Higgins. Oh,
54.
That. And this is just wonderful response to someone who looks like they're really in good form. He started brilliantly this evening, but just that one mistake, not reaching the pocket with the pink.
And this is what great champions do, John. They sense the danger, they sense the threat.
61.
They go through the gears. And there's nobody better than that John Higgins.
$63. 66.
Well, two brilliant frames of snooker this evening already. Break of 121 from Tepchai in the opening frame this evening. And an absolutely
70.
fabulous clearance from John Higgins. Vintage Higgins. Superb.
75.
That's why you can't miss when you're in, because this is what happens to you.
John Higgins 81 on the frame.
Absolutely brilliant clearance from John Higgins. Could very well have been going 6 frames to 5, but that wonderful break of 81 in response to Tepchai's 39. And it's Higgins who leads by 3 frames again at 7-4.
John Parrott, absolutely right. Vintage John Higgins. And he's back at the table in the next frame, and there's no score.
Noticeable this week. The pockets have been dropping a little bit, but not off the front jaws.
One.
So, an unexpected miss from John. What can Tepchai do?
This is where Tepchai is so strong in amongst the balls.
8.
And he needs to make it count now. Because he's under a lot of pressure out there.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, Peter, the fact that John is going to probably win and have the upper hand in the safety and tactical department, it's so important for Tepchai to, when he gets these chances, to score as heavily as he can. He's certainly cueing well enough this evening to do that.
16. 17.
I like watching him. I think he's really nice to watch.
Yes, John, he's another one of these young players that makes the game look ever so easy. And we all know that it's not. Quite similar in many ways to Jack Lisowski, Robert Milkins, very, very natural players.
24.
Better shot than it looked.
25.
Stun run through with a bit of run inside there just to widen the angle off the second cushion. Had the option there of going into the pack, that cluster at the back. He could have screwed into that and opened a few out and
32.
held on at least one of the reds, but decided not to. May play it now instead.
33.
You have to really go in for the cannon there. I'm pretty sure that Mr. O'Sullivan and Mr. Hendry would be straight in that pack with screw. Right in there. And he's a little unlucky to glue on one of them. That's the shot,
40.
all right.
That was probably the worst position he could have finished. He's got a red to the left centre, which is tricky. Other than that, he's bridging really awkwardly. So he's been very unfortunate there.
Yeah, it was the correct shot to play. You know, move a few reds out and hold the cue ball. It was just really unlucky where it stuck.
$41.
Don't know whether he's on the black here. May not be. Well, from that angle, he may be. And he's quite satisfied. He's getting down to play it. So if he is, he thinks it goes. Well done. Deserved that. Probably really played the right shot before to split the pack.
48.
And in amongst the balls, John, he's got a lovely cue ball, isn't he? He's got great control. You know, really soft, great finesse, great touch.
He's a proper player. Honestly, his break building is excellent. I like the fact that he, as I say, he played the right shot there. You know, I don't care what you say, break building, the right shot's the right shot. And doesn't matter, you see some players trying to protect when they're making a break or just cherry pick and take the odd red off. If the option's there to play into the pack, oh my goodness me, it's there, yeah. He decelled a little
49.
bit on that one. You know, you just got to play the right shot, and he does. Take the red into the middle.
56.
Excellent, 56 so far from Tepchire. Having a look at the red that's just above the black to the left-hand side, but well, there's something he doesn't quite like about this. Maybe he's going to play this and screw off the cushion.
57.
Which is a very strange shot. I have no idea why he's played it like that. Why not go up for the blue? That one has got me baffled.
$64.
Well, I don't know why I'm baffled, because he's gone for the maximum, Peter. That's what it is. I was just expecting the cue ball to go up and win the frame, but, well, he's got previous where the maximum's concerned. Missed the black a couple of times, but as you say, then made one. So
65.
Apologies, top chair. You're thinking better than I am. I was thinking along the lines of winning the frame. He's thinking along the lines of the £40,000 for the maximum.
$72.
So this will be frame ball, and then he can concentrate on the maximum properly. It's there.
73.
Okay. Well played. And good luck with the rest of the break.
80.
Well, I never say
81.
no problem with the next couple of reds near the pink, but they are easier. They're the ones to play on before he has to go up for the 2 reds. And what I will say, with those 2 reds on near the book, it's great for left-handers because you can put the cue ball on the right-hand side, pot them and come back down the table.
88.
Ooh.
89.
His feet. Yeah, I may choose to go up for those reds near the boat now. Had a chance to play off the side cushion, didn't he, to go up there, but decided to play for the one near the pink.
96. 97.
Right, what you've got to make sure here is you get a nice angle, at least half ball, so you can pop the red and come right back down for the black again. So there's the cue ball there, excellent century. Couldn't play that any better. Perfect.
104.
So that's the 30th century of the tournament, and boy, has he hit that well.
105.
Great shot that, Pete, isn't it, leaving that angle?
Yes, that was precision. Fantastic stuff. Come on, Tepchai, you can do this.
Put the brakes on. Perfect. What a shot.
112.
Oh, can you believe it? What a fantastic There was me thinking he just wanted to win the frame, but he was after the maximum, and he failed on the last red. Brilliant, brilliant break of 112, and it's 7-5 to John Higgins now. What a match.
So unlucky. Tepchai's 2nd century break of the match so far, and he won the next to make it 7-6. So we join it in frame 14. Higgins to play, and we're in the early stages.
1.
That could be very, very costly.
Eight. 9.
'John doesn't necessarily need to play a cannon here, but he'd love to just stun up into the red directly above the black spot. Oh, he played that poorly. Okay, he's on the red in the centre.
16.
But this is not quite as easy as it looks on your screens. Well played.
17. $22. 23.
He reached the final of this great championship last year, John Higgins. He led Mark Selby
30.
with a 6-frame lead in that final, but amazingly Mark came back to beat him. Can't think of many players who could beat John Higgins from 6 frames behind in any match, but Mark Selby managed to do it. It just shows the quality of John's game and the longevity in the game, that he's still, after his first victory in 1998 in this great championship, he's still punching away, playing very high quality snooker, and still being the great competitor he's always been. Always knew you were in for a stern examination if you were playing John Higgins in any match.
38.
A very tough exam paper.
39.
And that miss from Tepchaya is proving to be what I thought it would be. Costly. He's not done an awful lot wrong tonight, Tepchaya, but this is the standard that he's playing at, and against the player he's playing, those little mistakes
46.
get magnified. It's a very, very tough school.
.47.
There it is. Just had to hit it on the thin side. What you cannot do with that is thick. Unfortunately, when you're digging down sometimes to play that, you can just push a bit of side on and push the side into the object ball, and it catches it thick, and that's exactly what's happened there.
54. .55.
Not everyone would follow that mistake with a break like this, but as I say, he's playing someone who's been at the top of the tree for a long time. And I can remember playing him and thinking, every time you make a mistake, you get severely punished. He knows the importance of match play, John Higgins. He knows what's going to hurt the opponent. He usually pounces on it.
63.
So that should be the frame, but to make absolute certain of it,
70.
knock this in. Yep, it's there. Back to that pink I mentioned earlier in the frame. This would have been ideal to go into the pack off, but anyway, that's history. Top quality match play, Peter, isn't it?
77.
It certainly is, John. And it's mesmerising stuff here from both players. That doesn't matter.
John Higgins 77 and a frame.
It's a wonderful break from John Higgins. And he extends his lead by 8 frames to 6.
Indeed, a vital frame for Higgins, and he won the next before Tepchaya rattled in a break of 49 to make it 9-7. Higgins then needs just the one frame to make it through to the second round. Back to John and Peter.
Superb.
1.
Fabulous. Clean pot. Allied to all the talent and wonderful match play capabilities, a magnificent temperament is owned by the Scot.
6.
Even though he's had a frame there, he'd be kicking himself if he didn't end up with a respotted black. He'll quickly put that behind him.
7.
Nothing he can do about it now. It's just a matter of getting over the line. Red pot's in the middle. If he runs through, you could come off the cushion and go back for it in the other corner. Now the black's just gone, which is what he's done. Had a choice there.
.14. 15. Sure.
And wouldn't it be oh so John Higgins to roll that red in and clear up with a century at the first available opportunity?
Yes, and I mentioned earlier this evening, as I say, that it's not the frames you should win,
22.
it's the frames you shouldn't, and that 81 clearance that John Higgins made earlier this evening, which was absolutely wonderful to go 7-4, there's the difference between it being level pegging.
23.
9-7, the way Tepchai has been playing and how he's been scoring. Without that clearance, it'd be 8 across. I've seen quite a few matches here this week, and he's played well enough, Tepchai, to have beaten most players here in the opening round. There's some people who are going to be in the draw for the second round who've not played as good as him. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. You got John Higgins.
Big shot coming up here. Oh, he's played that perfectly. You cannot play that shot any better. What a wonderful shot. Look at the spin he gets in the cue ball here.
38. $39.
Funnily enough, followed by 1, he just mishit. He didn't get the work on the cue ball there, and to just run through slightly, but overdid it. I had to play for the red between gap of blue and pink. So I would suggest this is the key ball here. Pot.
47.
Well, he's left himself a tricky red into the right centre.
I think the good news
54.
is, Peter, can he just go through the gap when he pots this? So it's not that the cue ball's being stopped. Yep. But no, hit the near jaw. One thing you can't do.
John Higgins, 54.
An excellent 54 from John Higgins, but you would have considered that was the frame and match chance.
And the reason why he didn't get closer to that red there is that he just potted the black into the wrong side of the pocket, and that just took the cue ball away from the next red.
Well, I think he's missed here, and Jord has gone across. I think he's covered it, but of course the one that's closer to the cue ball, and this is frame and match ball for me. This goes in. Ooh, it did. And this probably is going to be the end. Certainly wiped its feet, that one, but it's in. Little cannon up into the 4 reds here. Keep on the one that's over the corner. So he's 62 ahead. There's 83 remaining, so he's a
8.
Red and a couple of colours away. Couple of reds, couple of colours away from being over the line.
9.
So I may have to play a cannon here. Can't hold the cue ball for anything. There's nothing readily available, so obviously make sure you knock the black in, but one decent cannon away from over the line. Well, that'll do. So just this
16.
red and a blue, and John Higgins should be in round 2. And this has been an absolute epic encounter.
17.
He's had to put out all the reserves this evening. John Higgins, his match play experience, potting ability, break building, everything, because his opponent has been very good indeed.
Yes, John, ultimately John Higgins has proved too strong. But Tapchaya can take a lot of credit out of this
22.
match. He really got himself up for this evening session, and he showed everybody what a great player he is.
23.
Well, trust me, John Higgins has had a workout in this match. He's had to play some pretty stellar stuff. The clearance earlier in the evening for the 81 was wonderful, and the rest of it hasn't been bad either. It's just John Higgins at his very best. And Tapchaya Un-Nooh, if you keep playing like that, young man, we're going to be seeing a lot more of you. It's not there, but that
John
looks
Higgins,
like it should
30.
be a handshake, and it is. And what a fantastic match we've witnessed there. John Higgins will be delighted to get through. That was a really tough match. And Tapchaya, well played, young man. We'll see more of you. But John Higgins delighted. He's through into round 2. He beats Tapchaya Un-Nooh by 10 frames to 7. Classic match.
I'm delighted to beat Tapchaya. He's special talent in the game we've got, and 10-7. Yeah, he maybe just goes for one shot too many, but I'm sure he'll cut that out, and he'll be back here many times because he's a special player. And when you come here, obviously you're near the end of your career, I suppose, but I think you appreciate it more now when you come back, and it's a special place to play snooker.
Very well said, John Higgins. Many congratulations. A couple of other big stories to bring you right up to date with before we leave you tonight, and that is Chris Wakelin making his debut here at the Crucible. He trails Judd Trump 6-3, but made a 141 break in frame 5. And that's the highest ever in his competition at the Crucible, equaling the highest ever made by a Crucible debutant. That was Peter Lyons 20 years ago. And this evening, Ryan Day has been on fire against world number 14, Anthony McGill. In frame number 2, he knocked in a break of 141, equalling that ton from Chris Wakelin. And then it got even better for the Welshman. Edging in front against McGill, but crucially flying to the top of the high break charts with this 145. He leads 6-3 going into the second session, which is, of course, later today. Looking good for Ryan, definitely his day. And let's bring you right up to date then with all the results and latest scores from the World Championship. Mark Williams beating Jimmy Robertson 10-5. Robert Milkins, big surprise there, knocking out Neil Robertson. John Higgins is through to the second round. Judd Trump leads Chris Wakelin, and Ryan Day 6-3 in front against Anthony McGill. Well, that's it from us for now, but we shall be back very shortly with Snooker Extra extended highlights from today's play. And don't forget, we're back at 1 o'clock on BBC Two as the second round gets underway. We're looking forward to this one. Mark Allen taking on Joe Perry, the conqueror of the defending champion, Mark Selby. We'll see you then. Bye for now.